Lee and welcome to my channel, and this video is titled, If It Doesn't Benefit a Narcissist, They Don't Care. And this can actually pretty much apply to, well, anything that has to do with the narcissist. But this incident in particular is, I'm just going to say her name because there's billions of people with this name, and honestly, whatever. Okay, so this incident that I am speaking about is when we were all friends at one point. So I think I touched on this in a previous video. We all worked together. Okay, we all worked in a strip club. I bartended. This other girl was a staff member, and he was a manager. And of course, his mistress worked there at the time. He was married at the time. Flippin' mess, right? Okay, but this was probably about like 10 years ago, right? So we all worked together, and I was work friends with this girl. Like that place was such a toxic environment. I mean, for it to be a strip club and to be, you would think, really laxed. Oh my God, no. I mean, it was honestly, it was the most stressful job I had ever had. And granted, I wasn't on the stripper side, I was on the staff side. And the owners were a hot mess. They had never worked a day, I think, in hospitality in their life. So they didn't have a clue. Basically, they didn't have a clue about anything. They were like little rich, well, they weren't kids, they're adults. Bought a business, like it's a flippin' mess, right? Most toxic place I had ever worked at. And of course, the money made up for it for a while, but then the money didn't. And I'm like, yeah. So the narcissist left that job because it was so toxic. And I'm just going to say her name, Amber, left that job. Eventually, I left that job as well. Okay, so she and I were work friends. We pretty much, as with most places, you develop a bond with someone if you hate the same people, hate the same things. Okay. Um, and she was and still is a drunk. Like she is a literal drunk. Since I was on the staff side of things, it's not like being a stripper where you make your own schedule. And I was making really good money then, and I wanted to work as much as possible. So I was constantly like picking up shifts, and I mean, it's money. I like money. It's good money. So she, I started taking, I started taking at least a shift or more of hers every week. Now, of course, this didn't happen when she first started, but over time, because she would stay home and drink with her boyfriend or friends or whomever. And at the time, I didn't drink, and I have got to do a story on how a narcissist, yeah, yeah. So the so many stories. Okay. So she was a drunk. She was a drunk. She chose not to work. She chose to stay home, play video games, and drink, which was fine with me because I got to pick up the shifts. So, okay. Over time, most people grow and evolve. Okay. Now, way back in the day, I used to hang out with people that I don't hang out with now. Granted, that was a different time in my life. I was much younger. We grow and evolve. Like growing up. I mean, I didn't necessarily run the streets, but I hung out with people that ran the streets. Um, Pretty much all my boyfriends growing up were little hood rats, little dope boys. I mean, yeah. Now, over time, I didn't want to be around that environment, didn't want to be around those people. So over time, I dropped certain people. And the only thing I had in common with most of these people were hood rat things, And so I lived in a town, got out of that town, grew up there, got out of that town, got rid of all the people. And for the longest time, like I didn't really associate much with anyone. Mainly, I was focusing on me, and I dropped, you know, all of the things that did not serve me anymore. Okay. So Amber quit, and but she and I would go and see his band play, because remember I told you he thinks he's Tommy Lee, and would play at the crappiest, dingiest, disgustingest freaking bars around. Which, of course, like I said, honey, I used to go to some shady places, but not these dirt rocker bars, okay? But again, I would go and hang out at clubs and things when I was in my 20s, not when I am his age and 60, whatever, right? Whatever. So she and I would go, and I hated it because it was always just not fun. I was the designated driver because she was getting beyond trashed. I mean, it's whatever, right? So whenever she quit, I didn't really speak to her anymore. I'm trying to grow and evolve, and honestly, I don't want to be friends with the drunk anymore, you know? Um, so here's the thing. He gave me so much crap. He said that I use people, and I dispose of people like they're trash. Now, it's really funny that he says that, because remember, he broke up with me more times than I can even count. Remember. And when I would tell you he would break up with me, honey, he would dispose of me like I was flipping trash. Call me every name in the book, block me, move out. I mean, it's really funny that he says that, because I never existed. He could dump and dispose, or maybe it's just me that he chose to do that too. But I'm like, okay, that's really funny that he says that. Now, she would continue to go see him play at these disgusting bars, and he wouldn't tell me about it. And it's like, well, so okay, shadiness on that. And he's always wanted to bang this girl. He told me that in a guy's mind, the first time you see a girl, you think, 60-year-old man, okay? First time you meet a girl, see a girl, you think, oh, is she cute? Oh, could I bang her? Do I have a chance to bang her? Like, basically everything that he's telling me, it's like he ain't turning down crap. And from his past mistresses, the girls he was sneaking around with me, honey, it really doesn't matter the types of girls that throw it his way, because ew, okay? And just like how the same quality over quantity, no, 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 no. It's what whoever's throwing it, he'll catch it. Quality, he doesn't know what that word is. Okay. So this was also, he was always constantly liking her photos, and I did a video on this on and granted, she's young enough to be his daughter, okay? She's younger than myself. She's young. She's young. Young, young, young. But I guess she's of legal age, so who cares, right? So I did a video on this where he left a little comment on her page that was just like, it was disgusting. And he gave me radio silence about it. Then he tried to say that it was a joke. No, it wasn't. Okay. So my I have a few close friends, because in my eyes, quality over quantity. And he would always give me crap about not keeping in contact with childhood friends. And I'm like, okay, well, I used to do hood rat things with these people. Like, you know, it's yeah, it's I choose not to talk to the people that I used to talk to back in the day, because I don't do those types of things anymore. Like, I'm an adult. I try to act like it. I mean, it's just right. So would give me crap about that. Would say that he's been friends with X amount of people for X amount of years and blah blah blah. So okay, now the few close girlfriends that I have now, they're not like Amber. Well, they don't drink anymore, but they were never drunks like her. Um, but he never liked my friends. One of my close friends, he just didn't. And I'm like, is it because you don't have a chance of banging these people? Because it's so funny. One of my close girlfriends, she hates him. She hated him from day one. She, of course, hated him when we started dating. But, as a good friend, she just, but she was like, she hated him. And with good reason, with good reason. And I guess she saw through him, I mean, so gave me so much crap about my friends, and it's because you don't have a chance of banging my friends. Because she would go out and see him. Who knows if they banged or not? They probably did. So, okay, if it does not benefit a narcissist, they don't care. And the only reason he was, quote, friends with this girl is, yeah, a chance to bang. And I'm not friends with her anymore. So there's no chance of him pulling a threesome because he told me, I guess he turned down a threesome once and he's never going to do it again. Like this behavior from a 60-year-old man is flipping insane, right? Okay, so a narcissist. Um, Me being friends with responsible girls who can spot BS a mile away, who also are good friends and are not going to pull some shady crap behind my back. He wants nothing to do with my friends because it doesn't benefit him. They're not going to go out to his shows and see him and, oh, let's not tell Lee, or try, like, yeah. So if it doesn't benefit a narcissist, they don't care. And shout out to my girlfriends. Thank you for not being Amber. Love you all dearly. So thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. Thanks, guys. See ya.